Hello and welcome to another Piesta's book reviews. Today we will be talking about books that I've been reading on ending of April and beginning of May. Have about half a dozen of them, but they're all quite small, so I figured I'd just do this video and get it over with. First one I read was this one, Harrow County Snake Doctor. It's the third book of the series. This one was actually a bit of a disappointment. I've been following the Harrow County series. The number 1 and number 2 were very good. This one had some guest artists, and they didn't work so well. Also, the stories of the whole book were like split into 3 or 4. They didn't connect very well. The only part that really connected well was the middle story, which was made by the 2 original writer and illustrator. So I was a bit held back. I didn't really like it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, I believe. Let me confirm. Yeah, I gave it 3 stars. So I was a bit disappointed by it. I read the other one, number 4, Harrow County Family Tree. And this one is a lot better again. Goes back to the quality of the original 1 and 2. So this one is a lot better. I guess if you're doing the Harrow County series, you'll end up buying number 3 anyways, but you know, bear in mind that it's not as good. It's different, let's call it that. But yeah, this one was pretty good. I really like how they develop the storyline and how they keep finding interesting things to add to the universe. So really interesting stuff. Another book that I read is also a graphic novel. This one is by Cory, Doctorow and Wang. It's called In Real Life, and it has some drawing stuff. You can see the quality of the drawings. The drawings are rather simple, but they're quite good. It's about a gamer girl, or a girl that has an interest in gaming, and then she meets another character in game, and they mention the whole story behind economics, or in-game economics, and how they translate to the real world, hence the In Real Life title. It had some correlations with the For the Win storyline, also by Cory, Doctorow. So I was a bit held back on it, but it was still interesting and the drawings were nice, so I give it a 4 out of 5 in Goodreads after all. But yeah, I don't know what to think about it, but it was decent. Another book that I read is called The Dark Horse Book of Hauntings. It's this thing. It's published by Dark Horse, hardcover, very good edition. And it mentions a collection of different stories. Most of them are in drawing. See a few drawings here. Most of them are graphic novels, but then there are some texts in between as well. I was tricked into reading texts. I was figured, oh, this is a graphic novel, I'll read it real quick, and then you get a page full of text in the middle. I'm like, okay, should be just 1 or 2 pages, but no, it's really quite lengthy, quite a few pages of text that show up in between. But it's a decent compilation. It has different kind of stories in it, mostly about haunted houses, but not alone that. Most famous character that shows up here is Hellboy, but I didn't particularly like that Hellboy story. It was a bit forced in my opinion, but well, I liked some of them. I didn't like others, so I give it a 3 out of 5 on Goodreads, but still interesting, especially if you like supernatural kind of stuff, so it's worth checking out. Another book that I read lately is this one. It's called História em Pedacinhos, as Casas da Minha Infância e os Tempos de Chá sem Açúcar. So it's a Portuguese title, as you can see, by Cecília. It is a Portuguese author, and it's self-biographic. It's about her, talking about her growing up as an immigrant. She's originally from Madeira, and she immigrated to somewhere in South America. Not sure of the country exactly, if it was Venezuela or something like that. One of those countries in South America. And it's a very interesting read. It bridges the the whole thing that they have in Madeira of people emigrating a lot. There's a lot of exodus from Madeira of people who go to work in Canada, in North America, in South America, in South Africa. So there's a lot of immigration from Madeira Island into other places, and there's a whole culture of fathers who went ahead and then either brought family with them or went back, and the family was raised in Madeira. So also very Catholic bringing up, and raises a lot of interesting questions as they go through different countries, different places, and living the nomad lifestyle or moving a lot lifestyle. So very interesting read. I don't know if it's translated in English. I don't think so. But if you read Portuguese, this is worth checking out. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, that's it. Another book that I read, it's this one called Almanac Steampunk 2012 by Clockwork Portugal. So it's all in Portuguese. It's about steampunk and stories of steampunk. I was actually a positive surprised of this. I would think it would be like a collection of short stories of Portuguese authors writing steampunk, which it is, but I was expecting it to be a lot more amateur, and it actually had pretty good quality. Both the content was of decent quality. They also have some interviews with famous authors of steampunk. They have little things like adverts for stuff that you had at the time. So very interesting read, very well made, well edited. So I really enjoyed this one, and yeah. So it's a style that I've been thinking about writing myself about. So this is why I picked it up. And yeah, I'm gonna try writing something in the steampunk style and see how it goes, and we'll take it from there. So that's it. Those are the books that I've been reading lately. Hope you found it useful. Let me know if you already knew any of them, what you think about them, if you disagree with my ratings. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also I recently started a Patreon page, so if you want to support me for the things that I've been doing, go check my Patreon page and check out the rewards and what you can get for supporting my Patreon adventure. So goodbye, see you around.